What's happening? So, quickly, a few things before I get into the topic of the unexplained spike in heart conditions that has been happening that nobody wanted to accept, but now they've been coming around to it. We spoke this morning about the issue of food security and what could happen with the tariffs. So, in the last couple of hours, a number of things have happened out there. Just bring you up to date quickly. First thing, Panama president says he won't renew the Belt and Road deal with China because America was pressuring him. If he didn't exit with China, they would basically take away the Panama Canal, which would have been even more problematic for a lot of us bringing in stuff from China to the Caribbean. So this has now apparently got a bit of reprieve, and so he says he's not going to renew that deal with China. So America will have more influence over the Panama Canal. So that's something that happened. The other thing that happened in the last couple of hours was that Trump paused the Mexican tariffs as the president of Mexico agreed to send 10,000 troops to the U.S. border. And they were saying that Mexico will put an extra 10,000 troops on its border with the U.S. in a bid to stymie the flow of illegal drugs traveling north in exchange for 1 month pause on the heavy tariff the U.S. was set to impose on their neighbors tomorrow. The presidents of both countries said on Monday. I understand that Canada wants to have a discussion as well, but we don't know when that will happen. But like I said, I just wanted to bring you up to date. So things are happening and they're happening very fast, and I continue to update you on what's taking place. You can leave your comments in the section below. Let's get to the issue of unexplained spikes in heart condition. A lot of you have heard about the spike in heart condition since the last pandemic. Let's take a look at what's been happening out there, because the news is scientists call for more research into the juice side effects after unexplained spike in heart conditions. A lot of people have been talking about that issue of heart issue in the Caribbean, especially. We've been hearing from a lot of people because we deal with what's happening in the Caribbean, and throughout the Caribbean, different countries. A lot of people have been talking about what they got after taking that juice through the last pandemic. It says Canadian experts are calling for more research into heart damage linked to the juice from the last pandemic. They fear the scale of the issue remains undocumented because these studies have been too narrow and haven't looked at the risk of those injuries months and years after receiving the shot. So remember, we were always talking about it, and some of you, a lot of you on these lives are always talking about them, commenting on the videos, saying you had families, you had friends who took it and things happened. Well, this is what is happening. In rare cases, they were saying that the mRNA shots have been shown to cause myocarditis, inflammation of the heart muscle, pericarditis, inflammation of the sac-like lining surrounding the heart. However, the side effects is rare, but exactly how rare is still being debated. So they're saying that a major 21 study in Israel put the rate at 1 in 50,000. Other studies have come to vastly different estimates, but they're saying researchers from British Columbia and Canada warn that those studies have been inconsistent in how they classify post-arm juice myocarditis, pericarditis using different time frames to define if the conditions were directly linked to the shots. You understand what they're saying here? So they need more research, because basically what they've been seeing over the last couple of years, they can tell you that it is. And then we heard lately that the virus that came for the pandemic, it came out of a lab. We heard that the CIA said it was so. Different persons have now confessed to it. So people are calling for research. They're calling for further research, noting that the rates of the heart conditions globally have increased nearly 40% since the juice were rolled out in 2021, which needed to be explored for public health reasons. Do you understand what it's saying here? So they're calling for further research because what they're saying is that the rates of heart conditions globally have increased nearly 40% since the juice were rolled out in 2021, which needed to be explored for public health reasons. Okay. But they also concede that the last virus itself has been shown to cause heart damage, which confuses the issue even more. They said they wrote in the medical journal JAMA Today, future studies on myocarditis and pericarditis related to the juice should adopt broader diagnostic criteria, included both conditions as key outcomes, and explore the combined effects of infection and the choke on cardiovascular health. Experts at the University of British Columbia filed a response this week and to an August 2024 study on heart complications from the juice. All right. So, and this is a gentleman right here who is 26 years old from New Zealand, and he apparently passed away from the myocarditis 12 days after receiving his first shot of the arm juice in 2021. So, guys, I just wanted to bring you update. You were right all along. People are now calling for more information. They're now calling for more studies to be done because something is unexplained. The spike in heart condition is unexplained. We know what it is. We're not going to say it here, but we allow them to do their study and see what comes of it. But you can leave your comments in the section below because I simply cannot see certain things here. Thanks for viewing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.